Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Deborah Shepard, part of the Special Projects team. Our program today begins with an overview of Bioflex, followed by our keynote speaker, and then the presentation of our graduates. The pre-apprentices have provided a photo, many featuring their certificate of completion, and are paired with their mentor in that slide. Mentorship is new to our pre-apprentice program and is sure to continue thanks to the success of this group. Students and mentors, a note to you. As your slide appears, you will be invited to unmute, say a few words about your experience if you would like. So you will see that as we go along. Otherwise, we ask that everyone turn off your camera and stay muted to ensure the best resolution of the program. And now I am honored to present Jan Vogel, our South Bay Workforce Investment Board Executive Director. Jan?
Hey, Deborah, thank you very much. I wanted to say a couple words to the students today. I'm so proud of you. All the students that are here today, I understand almost all the students that started this program completed the program. And you deserve not only the certificate that you get, but you deserve a round of applause from your parents, from your schools, from us, because you've done such a good job. I'm going to give you a round of applause. Here, I'm unmuted. You know, what happens in life is that you have opportunities to walk through a door and see what happens. Sometimes that door will result in very positive experiences, and you'll be better for it. Sometimes you won't. Sometimes you'll fail. But what you did is walk through the first door. You walked through a door, and that door hopefully was a positive experience, and it teaches you to try things. That is, don't just settle for complacency. Try new things, things that will allow you to learn and advance. Sometimes you'll fail, sometimes you won't, but you can never succeed if you don't try. And that's what you've done. You've tried and you've succeeded. You've taken this pre-apprenticeship program that we designed, and you've completed it, and you've done well. And the mentors involved, the businesses involved, the wonderful schools that we have participating have all contributed to your success. This is the beginning, a first stage. Your parents should be proud of you, and you should be proud of your parents for creating such wonderful young people. So I'm going to turn it back over to Deborah, who's going to introduce some important people to you, and really pat yourself on the back. We're all so happy for your success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jan. I would like to introduce you to Chris Cagle, our Regional Affairs Manager and Head of the Special Projects team, who's going to give you an overview of our programs, of our Bioflex program. Thank you, Chris.
All right, thank you, Deborah, and welcome everyone. Good afternoon. Yes, we thought we would provide a brief overview of Bioflex for those on the call that may not be completely familiar with how it all got started. And it happened a couple years ago. It started with the county supervisors who were interested in lifting up the bioscience community and the region's businesses, and they actually put significant investments into the sector. One of the things that was identified right away as important is workforce, because it would be hard to attract new businesses and hard to grow businesses if they couldn't find local talent to help fill the needs their workforce needs. So the county supervisors, in particular Mark Ridley Thomas, came to us to work on that part of it. And together with everyone on this call and many other stakeholders that couldn't be here today, came together through a series of meetings to work out what would be needed and most useful for the employers. And out of all of that came Bioflex, the pre-apprenticeship program. And it's basically 3 tracks. The first is work readiness training. The second part is occupational skills training. And the third is on-the-job training or an experience with the employer. And it results in multiple stackable certificates the student earns and also stipend. And the first part, the pre-apprenticeship part, is considered the career exploration piece. And then if the student desires to continue on, it can lead to a full apprenticeship at one of our local employers. And that is it in a nutshell. And it stemmed from Aeroflex, which is, and we have one Aeroflex grad here today, that started with Northrop and helped us create the model and the framework for this program that is now Bioflex. So we're servicing both the aerospace community and the bioscience community in the LE region. There you go. All right. And again, congratulations to all of you. Deborah?
Thank you, Chris. And thank you to everyone who is here. This is a great turnout. We really appreciate it. Our keynote speaker, Louise Lermignon, is a gift from one of our workshop speakers during this cohort, Garrett Asanuma, who suggested we may want to include her journey in one of our programs. Both Garrett and Louise work at Thermo Fisher Scientific, one of Bioflex's advisory board companies. When I approached Louise and told her about Bioflex, she didn't hesitate to engage. In her words, "Your program is important, and I'm happy to support it in multiple ways," which, as you'll find out later, she certainly has done. Rather than read a bio, let's peek into her motivation to share with us today. In her words, "I didn't have this type of guidance in high school, so I commend your program. I was expected to become a nurse or a teacher, traditional female roles. I honestly think I would have become an engineer if I had someone guide me during high school." Offering to be one of our future mentors, she'll leave you with an important message as our students start their exciting next chapter and, like Louise, strive to make an impact on the health and welfare of others. Louise, you're on.
Thank you, Deborah, for that welcome. And good afternoon and congratulations to all the graduates. I really feel honored to be able to celebrate this graduation with you and just your amazing accomplishment, as noted earlier by Jan. Like, I'm just really proud of you. So I know you're probably wondering, like, who are you exactly? And I asked that question myself. Like, how did a poor farm girl from Saskatchewan, Canada, whose family didn't have an indoor toilet until I was in first grade, get here? How did I navigate living with a chronic kidney disease and an organ transplant? How did I get involved in technology? How did I check off things on my bucket list, like running marathons and getting to the top of Mount Kilimanjaro? How did I get here in LA in your graduation ceremony? The short answer is education with a little bit of curiosity and probably some tenacity. The long answer is a little more complex. So I mentioned I'm Canadian originally. I grew up in a 100-year-old farmhouse, not an igloo, in southern Saskatchewan. I know it's kind of a long, complicated name, but it's that province. It's just above North Dakota. So yes, it's very flat. The summers have a lot of mosquitoes. The winters are pretty brutally cold, but the prairie sunsets are breathtaking. I'm the fifth of 6 children, and we grew up under the poverty line. I think we were lucky if we had $20,000 in a year to support a family of 8. Our farm was small, but we were able to grow and raise our own food, and somehow we got by. I took a bus half an hour to the nearest little town that had a population of 400 people, and I went to school that had a grade 1 to 12. I've been dressed in my older sister's hand-me-downs and sometimes even my brother's. I was a smart kid, but I never got to do a lot of after-school sports or band or other activities because 1, we couldn't afford it, and 2, I had chores to do on the farm. But being poor wasn't the worst part of my childhood. When I was 10 years old, my mom had chronic kidney failure and she needed dialysis. I remember being really scared and wondering if she was going to die. Because we lived in this remote rural area, she had to take a bus into the city for treatments 3 times a week. And the bus only had a limited schedule. So on those 3 days, I never saw her. And on the days that she was home, she was really sick. My dad didn't know really how to cope. And so he drank and became an alcoholic. With my 3 older siblings gone, I became the caregiver for my younger sister. And in essence, also took care of my parents because they just weren't emotionally or physically able to take care of us. My escape was school. And I knew that if I was going to have a better life, education was going to be my ticket. But how did I really know that? So when my mom got sick, my youngest brother, Luke, my sister Marie, and I went to live with my godparents in the city and their 4 boys. My aunt and uncle were both teachers. So I guess you could say that they were middle class, but to me, they were rich. They had this home that was calm and full of laughter and just a lot of love. I remember we would read every day from books and from encyclopedias, which I know dates me. My aunt taught me some basic chords so that I could learn how to play songs on the piano that they had. I remember all piling in the back of their station wagon to go get ice cream at Dairy Queen. I remember getting tucked into bed in blankets that didn't have holes in them and going to the store and picking out brand new pretty dresses that were just my own. Those 3 weeks as a 10-year-old showed me how an education could afford me a comfortable and kind of happy life that honestly I thought only existed on TV. When I was done high school, I was 17 and I moved to the city, which was maybe 200,000 people. So I'm thinking probably similar to the size of Torrance and Inglewood. But for me, it was huge compared to the town by the farm. I rented a room in a house and I started university. And I say that like it was easy, but it wasn't. I just knew I had to do it because I was so determined not to go back to the farm. I applied and got student loans and I waitressed part-time to make up the remaining income. I also waitressed so that I could get some decent food outside of what I could afford, which was often like ramen and craft dinner. It's sexist to think about it now, but most people, as Deborah alluded to, expected me to be a nurse or a teacher. Not me. I wanted a business degree and I majored in marketing. But what I found in my classes was that it was a bit of an ego hit because I wasn't the smartest one. So I had to work extra hard in my university classes. And because I was working part-time, it took me 5 years to get my degree, but I did it. So I'm going to back up to my second year of university because I was 19 at the time. And during that year, I also got diagnosed with the same genetic kidney disease that my mom had. I remember being so gutted and I was angry and I was resentful, thinking like, why me? And there wasn't a whole lot of information because the internet hadn't exploded at that time. So I had a lot of questions wondering, was I even going to be able to get married or have kids or enjoy retirement? I figured I would probably need a machine to keep me alive or I would die before I got old. And at 19, I thought 50 was old. This summer I'll turn 54, so I guess that makes me old. But I figured, okay, I'm still alive and I still have enough time to start my career, so I went for it. I started off in banking, then I worked in real estate, oil and gas, forestry, software, even lingerie, until eventually I landed in life sciences with Thermo Fisher Scientific. It was 2002 and it was my first job when I moved to the US and landed in San Diego. being open to different industries and roles is how I learned what I liked, and probably more importantly, what I didn't like. And I started noticing that technology was this backbone of a lot of companies. And I knew that if I could find a way to learn as much as I could in as wide an area as I could, that I would likely be set up for the rest of my career, even though it often meant that I was the only female on the team. And what it taught me is that often you have to create opportunities because they're not going to be handed to you. And I hope that that's a takeaway that you kind of tuck up and remember, because it was a lesson that I learned really early on. So I get through my degree, I'm in my late 20s, kicking butt at my job, took advantage of work education benefits to get an MBA, and I volunteered for projects that allowed me to travel and or to relocate to other locations. But I also started thinking, you know, time's running out because I still have this deadly disease, and I could see this slow progression in my kidney function. I wanted to see what life was like outside of Canada, and I also wanted to challenge myself physically as well as mentally. So I kind of started off small with some fun 6-mile, 10K races that quickly progressed to very competitive 26-mile marathon races, 199-mile relay races. I celebrated with an orange Fanta after completing a 7-day trek to summit Mount Kilimanjaro, the tallest peak in Africa at over 19,000 feet. I surfed the waves off of the coast of West Timor in Indonesia. I volunteered to crew on a race sailboat so I could feel the exhilaration of the wind in the sea. I woke up to howler monkeys in the Amazon jungle. I was less concerned at that time about saving for retirement because I didn't even know if I was going to live that long. I'm more focused on just living my life so that I never had any regrets, especially if a machine was going to be keeping me alive. And I also wanted these exceptional moments and these memories to be able to lift me up when I knew that my body would eventually let me down. So then the reality of dying really hit me like a brick when I got added to the deceased donor organ registry. I had less than 15% kidney function at the age of 39. So what does that feel like? I was exhausted and freezing cold 24/7. I'd stopped running probably a few years earlier, and just climbing the stairs to my bedroom left me winded. My eyes and my skin were yellowed. Food, even water, tasted like metal. My head was just in this constant fog, and I could barely pee because my kidneys weren't working, and they also weren't flushing out the waste out of my body. So it was just building up inside of me. I think my past endurance racing definitely helped me muster up strength to continue to go to work because I needed the income and the medical benefits. But as soon as I would get home, I would collapse into bed. And on the weekends, I would sleep all weekend. And I remember being told to write a will and thinking, I'm only 39 and I have to write a will. When I got down to 10% kidney function, I was asked if there was anyone who might consider being a living donor and donating their kidney to me. My best friend, Kana, was the first to offer. And even though we were unrelated, we ended up being a match. I will never forget that phone call. It filled me up with so much hope, but also fear. Because you see, I've known Kana for over 30 years, my definite best friend. And she always wanted to be a mom. And so I couldn't have her go through with major surgery like that and take the chance that there might be complications which would eliminate her from being a mom to Jake. But she just kept reassuring me that everything was going to be okay. Because you see, she had delivered birth to a premature baby months before our phone call that we were a match. And Jake had been in ICU for a month and a half in Irvine, and she felt helpless while all these doctors and medical staff took care of her baby. And for her, this was a way to pay it forward. Plus, she wanted to see me cross more finish lines and add more stamps to my passport. It's still kind of weird sometimes to think that I have somebody else's organ inside of me, keeping me alive. And it remains to this day the most important lesson I learned in humility and in how important it is to not only give, but graciously receive a gift from someone else. So I figure that I'm lucky now because I have 2 birthdays. My rebirthday is what I call it, is November 5th, because that's the day that Hannah gave her kidney to me. And this November, it will be 13 years. So I guess besides being old, I also get to be a teenager again. Then I think that means I have to learn how to TikTok. And I'm not sure I'm into that. I still feel a tiny little bit of relief every morning that the alarm goes off, knowing that I'm alive for another day. Living with an organ transplant is a blessing, but it also is not easy. I see a lot of specialists because it's a treatment, it's not a cure. It can be expensive. I take these anti-rejection medication twice a day, and they have nasty side effects like hand tremors, and I sometimes have to deal with bouts of cancer. And I really hate needles, but I have probably been subjected to thousands of needles in my lifetime, and I can't avoid them. I had to give up dreams like crossing the Boston Marathon finish line or making it to Everest Base Camp. And probably the most profound of them was not having children of my own. But honestly, I wouldn't trade it for anything. But life isn't easy. And for the graduates, you obviously know this too, because you're getting through high school, using virtual distance learning, plus graduating with the Bio-Flex Pre-Apprenticeship program in the middle of a global pandemic. So you see, you can do hard things too, and you can survive, and you can also thrive. So here's what I'd like to share with you as you start this next chapter. Your life path may not always be what you envisioned, and sometimes you're not going to get a choice in the matter. Approach these changes with curiosity, and I encourage you to continually educate yourself in whatever form that takes. Knowledge truly is power. The STEM aspects that you're learning will and can help people like me who remain hopeful for innovations like just one less needle, 3D printed organs using my stem cells so I don't have to take the anti-rejection medication, cures for genetic diseases like polycystic kidney disease. I'm currently taking night classes for patient advocacy certificate. I know, shocking, right? More education. But I have a feeling I'm going to be working with some of you to improve the patient experience. Third, ask questions. If there's somebody in a job that you're interested in, reach out to them. I didn't think to do that in high school or even early on in my career. And you may think that your mentors or other people are too busy, but trust me, they and now I want to help people like you. And you'll be surprised how much we in turn can learn from you. Remember that giving and receiving piece that I told you, it's not always one way. And you have a lot to teach us as well. Don't let other people put you in a box or label you. Remember, I was that poor farm girl with the rare kidney disease, but I knew that there were bigger things out there for me, and I was right. Imagine if I had been too afraid to leave the farm, to get a career in tech, even to accept a kidney transplant. I definitely wouldn't be here in LA, and I may not even be alive. So this is what I'm saying, not everything is going to work out as planned, but each success and even the setbacks have a learning opportunity that truly can empower you. And lastly, you are stronger, more resilient, and wiser than you realize. Think boldly and take risks. Trust your knowing and know your value. No one and no single experience can define who you will become or what you can achieve, regardless of your circumstances that you are in this exact moment. Thank you again for inviting me to join your celebration today. Again, I'm extremely proud of all of you, and I wish you nothing but the very best.
Louise, thank you so, so much. There's a lot to learn from you. Thank you. We have a number of students that are with us today are from Lawndale High School. And we have the mayor, Mayor Robert Pullen Miles, with us, who may like to say a word or two. Mayor, are you there?
I am here.
Hi.
Hello. Should I turn on my camera? How
No,
do you want to proceed?
whatever, that's fine. We only have a
Yeah,
minute, so.
Yeah, turn on
Okay.
your camera and just say a few words, Robert. This is Chris, and really happy that you were able to join us. Fantastic, actually, with so many Lawndale students. We're happy to hear you say a few words of encouragement for them. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you for allowing me to say a few words on behalf of the students. I want to congratulate, all the students for all the hard work they put in this program. It's so easy to get distracted by all the things that's happening in the world today. And for you young people to stay focused, to finish this program is really going to set you up for success. I mean, you really can't appreciate how much time you put into a program when you're going through the program, but after you complete it and you start to see things open up for you and the world open up for you and opportunities open up to you, then you really tend to appreciate the time that you spent in the program. So I just want to give you a round of applause for all your hard work that you students put in this program, because I know it's not easy. I know you have your school work to do, and with the pandemic and all those things, it's easy to get distracted, but keep focused and keep, encouraged and keep moving forward. And I'm sure we're going to be hearing a lot of good things from you young folks. And please check in with us and let us know how well you guys are doing in your career. And obviously, if I can ever be of any help, I'm always here. Congratulations.
Thank you so, so much, Mayor.
Yes, ma'am.
I have some very special announcement before we present the students. Before this presentation, some of our students may remember that there was going to be a surprise announcement. We hinted about it the last couple of weeks, and we are going to now make that announcement. On behalf of the South Bay WIB and this hardworking cohort, I am honored to announce that Louise, our keynote speaker, has provided an additional $100 gift to each Bioflex Pre-Apprentice's $300 stipend. That means that you are getting a $400 stipend, each one of you. In her words, I remember how hard it can be starting out after high school and want to demonstrate the community's commitment to these amazing graduates. So when you get your checks, folks, it's going to be $100 more than you expected. So thank you, Louise, and we will start the presentations. Laura, when you're ready. Laura?
Myself. All right. So, everything ready. Okay, perfect.
A little louder.
Can everyone hear me? Yes.
Yeah.
So, perfect. So, as we talked about earlier, the Bioflex students, we will mention them in a moment, but we did have one student who is actually graduating from our Airoflex pre-apprenticeship program. Omar Segura, he completed the same things as our Bioflex pre-apprentices did. However, his training was switched out. Instead of being bioscience focused, he did aerospace. So it was Tooling USME that he completed 5 courses with them. So we wanted to congratulate Omar for his graduation, and he has been paired with the mentor Brandon Etheridge. So I just wanted to welcome Omar and Brandon to unmute themselves, and they can go ahead and say a little bit about their experience with the program. It would be short, brief.
Hi, I'll go ahead and go first. I apologize, I can't turn on video at the moment, but Omar was a fantastic mentee. He was incredibly driven, and he's going to be super successful wherever he goes. We had really good conversations here and there, just discussing what the different career paths were, because I remember when I was in high school, I was completely unfamiliar of what it meant to go into aerospace. So really what we did was try to isolate which career paths made the most sense for him based on what his interests were, and not close any doors, but try and find some that make the most sense for what he will enjoy and be passionate about. So I'm super excited to see where you go, Omar. Great job with everything. And if you need anything, feel free to reach out anytime.
Thank you. Omar, do you want to say anything?
Yeah, so this program has really helped me a lot, to simple things of like how to understand reading my first check and the supply chain behind the manufacturing behind planes. It really helps out, especially having a mentor, Brandon, who is in that field. I could only go so far without someone helping me that knows what's going on in that industry, because I have so many questions, and I am so thankful that this program has gave me the opportunity to talk to Brandon and extend my knowledge and to be more prepared for the career I want to go into. And
Great.
yeah, this program is just a program that just keeps on giving. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Thank you. Laura, go on. Our next, now we're starting with our Bioflex folks. Samaya Ashalem is our first graduate. And you can see Samaya is a junior over at Wandell High School. And she has been paired with Dr. Juan Espinoza. And I don't know if Juan is with us or not. He had a pretty busy schedule today. So if you are with us, and Samaya, if you would like to say a couple of words, go right ahead.
Hello. I just want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to be a part of this program. I'm very thankful for you guys allowing me to take courses in the bioscience field and giving me a mentor like Dr. Juan, someone who can answer my questions and guide me in the pediatric field. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. And I don't believe Juan is with us. Okay,
Oh, hi, I'm here.
Oh, you are there. Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. I made it. I was able to move some.
Great.
No, I'm grateful for the opportunity to participate. It was great to meet with Ismaya and get to know her and understand sort of her ambitions and talk about what her different options are in terms of pursuing a career in healthcare. And I'm excited to continue to be a resource for you over the next year as you prepare to apply for college.
Thank you. Thank you. And our next, Laura?
Our next graduate is Stephanie Sanchez, and she has been paired with the mentor Destiny Cambrero. So Stephanie and Destiny, feel free to unmute yourselves now and say a few words.
Hi, everyone. My mentor wasn't able to come here because she had a class, but I'm thankful for her because she has opened my eyes to more opportunities that involve the lab. And I like doing the mock interviews and learning about new things that are required in a work setting that I had no idea about. I also want to thank the whole Bioflex team for giving us this opportunity and to learn about a whole different stuff that are interesting and I have no idea about, and for opening my eyes to more opportunities in different careers. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. And Destiny was on before, but she may have had to leave. Laura?
The next graduate we have is Edgar Diaz, and he was paired with Aldahir Alda here is not able to join us today, but Edgar, if you're on, feel free to unmute yourself and say a few words.
I want to say thank you for the opportunity and chance to explore different career paths within this program, as well as the opportunity to meet a great mentor, such as Alda here.
Thank you. And by the way, Alda here was also a Bioflex pre-apprentice when he was with Pasadena Bio Collaborative, who is another of our Bioflex advisory board companies. And next we have America Cervantes, and America was paired with Tina Bernstein. And America, or Tina, and Tina, would you like to say something?
I'm sorry about having mask on, but this is Tina. I'll just go ahead because I'll mute myself again when I'm done. But I just wanted to say I have texted and talked with America, and she seems to be a very classy young woman. And I know that her aim is to be a cardiologist. And so if she will have me, I'll try to stick with her and be a mentor to her and see if I can help her realize that dream, no matter how long that takes, because I guess from high school to cardiology is a while. So, but I really appreciate the opportunity to be her mentor, even though some days I don't feel like I'm really that together to be a mentor. But like I said, I really enjoyed speaking with her. And very soon, when we receive our new baby simulator, I would love to invite her to come and help us figure out the next steps for our device for that.
Smoking is forbidden in designated.
Thank you. America, would you like to say anything?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's giving me the opportunity to be able to take on this challenge. To my mentor, Tina, you've been a great help outside of this course and inside, as well as Deborah and Laura answering all those emails with all the questions I've had and giving me that guidance. It's really special to me, and just thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so our next graduate is Jasmine Ramirez, and she has been linked with Renelle Buck. And Jasmine and Renelle, feel free to unmute yourselves and say a little something.
I don't know if Jasmine, can you hear me?
Yes, speak.
Oh,
yes.
Jasmine, do you want to go ahead first?
Thank you for the opportunity for allowing me to learn more about the professional side of the world, the variety of science courses, and allowing me to connect with my mentor as I have learned diverse lessons that have been able to help me both for the work side of the world and personally.
Thank you. Renelle?
Yeah, so I'm thank you everyone here. Congratulations to all of you. And I'm really grateful for this opportunity to participate with this group and to meet Jasmine. I also struggled a lot in that transition from high school to college, and it's really nice to have the opportunity. Like a lot of people helped me through that transition so much, so it's really nice to have the opportunity to maybe help someone else or a group of people through that transition as well. And I look forward to continuing to be there for Jasmine for anything in the future.
Great. And our next is Francis, who likes to be called Micah, who has been paired with Tanner Lakin. And Micah, Tanner, if either, I see Tanner. Tanner, would you like to start?
Sure. Yeah, I can start.
Good.
Sorry, there's gardeners outside, so it might be kind of loud with background noise. But yeah, I think it was a really great opportunity. You know, I would wish Mika luck, but I don't think she needs it. She seems very driven and very focused. I think she'll do great in whatever she wants to do. I know that's the medical field at this point, and I think she can, you know, excel. And she's, you know, very curious, and I think that's really just what it takes. So I think Mika, it was great getting to know you, and I would love to continue being your mentor, answering any questions you have for as long as you need, for as long as you want.
Thank you. Mika, would you like to say anything?
First of all, I'm thankful for everyone for having me in this to have this opportunity to learn, and to thankful for all the courses that I learned a lot, and I know that it's gonna be it's really gonna be helpful for my future references. And I'm also thankful for Mr. Tanner Lakin. He's a great help for me. He motivates me and he gives great advices, and I'm really happy to have him as a mentor. Thank you.
Thank you. Laura?
All right. So our next graduate is Jose Arroyo, and he has been linked with Jose Ruiz, and he is actually one of our Aeroflex pre-apprentice graduates who went from the field of Aeroflex into bioscience. So it was a great change. So Jose Arroyo or Ruiz, kindly unmute yourselves.
Thank you. I would like to congratulate Jose. I know he's going to become a great engineer. I also want to congratulate him on getting into his dream school. You can always shoot me an email whenever you want.
Thank you.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity to learn about the medical and biomedical field, as well as giving me some real opportunities to learn about the job world. Like without it, I wouldn't know what to do. It would have been harder. And I want to thank my mentor for answering my questions about the transition of going into college and what I need to know.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And our next is Christine Yang. And Christine was paired with Samuk Ray, also of Bacum, our champion Bioflex company. Christine and Samuk, would you like to say something?
Thank you for allowing me to be a part of this Bioflex program. I learned a lot about the workforce and the biotech field. And thank you for also pairing me with Samuk. He's a perfect mentor for me, and I can't wait to continue getting a lot of guidance and advices from him.
Great. Samuk, would you like to say something? I think you're on. No, maybe not on. Okay, let's continue, Laura.
Okay. Yeah, so our next graduate is Henry Armstrong IV, and he was he's actually a freshman, but he has been paired with Juan Romero. And Juan or Henry, would you like to say something?
Yes, I would just like to thank you for the opportunity, and I'd like to thank Juan for all the help, and he has really opened my eyes to a lot of things. He actually gave me an assignment to look at the COVID vaccines, and that was really fun to research. And also I would like to thank Ms. Shepherd and Ms. Bischoff because just for letting me have this opportunity, and it really helped me.
Great, thank you. Juan?
Hey, Henry. Hi, everybody. I just want to thank everybody, especially Henry, for giving me this opportunity to be a mentor. And I hope my stories weren't too long and hopefully didn't get too boring sometimes. Henry, the road is your oyster, along with all of you kids out there. Stick to your dreams, follow your heart, and you know what's right, and you'll get there. Good luck.
Thank you both. Our next is Charlie Mays, and Charlie was paired with Travis Jones, who actually Travis took on 2 mentors, so double thank you to him. Charlie and Travis, if you would like to unmute, and we'd be very happy if you'd like to say anything.
I just want to say thank you to everybody, and I really enjoyed the program, and I liked doing the courses. They're really interesting, and also I learned a lot that will help me in the future. So thank you.
Wonderful. Travis?
Yeah, I just it was a pleasure working with Charlie. I learned a lot doing investigation into animal research, but no, it's really great to see that we have such a bright cohort of future scientists, and future leaders. And I think it's very refreshing to see that we do have a lot of hope for the future. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
All right, so our next graduate is Sophie Matsuno, and she's been linked with Heidi Connerly. And Sophie or Heidi, if you'd like to unmute yourself and share your experience.
Oh, hello. I just wanted to say thank you to Heidi for helping me with like not only my resume, but also just sharing about her own job with me. Like she was extremely helpful. And I also really enjoyed how this program gave me the opportunity to learn about so many careers, as I also am trying to find out what I want to major in and what I am interested in to go into as a career. So thank you.
Heidi, and by the way, Heidi is part of Sakura FineTech, which is another of our Bioflex Apprenticeship Advisory Board companies.
I'm not sure if you can hear me, can you?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. No, it's been wonderful working with Sophie so far. We haven't had very much interaction, but the interaction we have had has been pretty productive. I'm trying to help her on her resume, and she has asked me if I can help her find an internship, a summer internship, possibly with Sakura, which I will see if I can do anything to help her with that. I've really enjoyed this program so far, and I think Sophie is a very bright individual with a bright future ahead of her.
Thank you. And our next, we bring back Travis. But Devon Allen is our next graduate. Congratulations, Devon. And Devon and Travis, would you like to say something?
Yeah, this program was an eye-opening experience. It was great to have a mentor like Travis that I could do, and that would tell it to me straight through the whole process. He went out of his way to introduce me to his friend. His friend was Alan, that he's in the field that I'm interested in, and he went out of his way to introduce me to him and perspective to do. But yeah, he's awesome.
Sorry. Travis, anything?
Yeah, again, it was great working with Devon. Like I said, all of you were really bright, young adults, and I think you guys are all going to do amazing things in the world. Whether or not you can see it now, we can all see it, and I think we're very hopeful and excited to watch you guys grow.
Thank you.
All right, so next we'd like to congratulate Makitas Dana, and for graduating the program. She has been linked with Jessica Grandin from, actually, sorry, I forgot to finish. It's Biolabs, at the Lundquist Institute. So Makitas or Jessica, feel free to unmute yourself and share your experience.
I would like to say thank you for the opportunity. I have learned useful skills that I can use for my future career. I had a great experience learning more about the STEM field. Also, I'm so thankful for my mentor, Jessica, giving me helpful advice and sharing her experiences. Thank you.
Great. Jessica?
Hi. Yeah, and Biolabs in general is fine. We have so many locations. So I actually have had the pleasure, I mean, it's been kind of short-lived because we just got paired together, of working with Makitas on, honestly, her journey in science, which is really exciting because I was kind of in the same boat as her at her age, where I was like, I like science, but where do I want to go with this? So we have been working on a lot of like opportunities to kind of get her into a place where she can kind of experience different routes within science. A big one is some youth like scholar programs. So basically like internships over the summer, labs that she can potentially work in, as well as like possible career paths. So I'm kind of excited to do this and kind of help her anyway, and with all these experiences coming up.
Thank you. And our next one is Demiana Fayez, and Demiana was paired with Sam Pasnisi, again with Bacum. Thank you. Demiana and Sam, would you like to unmute and say something?
Of course, yeah. Oh.
Demiana, why don't you start?
Okay. Hi. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Bioflex has really gave me that step that I needed to really figure out what I want to do in my career. And it really showed me that there are so many options than just like the traditional medicine, like becoming a doctor or just becoming a nurse. I saw that there's so much to the medical field. If you want to work like in the business part of the medical field, if you want to do more hands-on, if you want to do more labs, like there's just so much to offer. And Bioflex really gave me that opportunity to kind of discover myself throughout the program. And I'm very thankful for my mentor, Sam, because we didn't get a chance to like talk a lot because I had some issues, but for the times we have talked, he's given me all the knowledge that he's attained throughout the years, and he even helped me with the pharmaceutical course that I was taking. I took it and he gave me great answers about questions that I had, and it was just such a great opportunity, and I hope I can continue working with Sam. And thank you to Laura and thank you to Deborah for always being patient with me and helping me throughout this journey.
Thank you.
And
Laura? Oh, I'm sorry, Sam. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, sorry. It's been really inspiring getting to be a part of this program. Demiana, I want to congratulate you for graduating from Bioflex. I'm proud and impressed by all the coursework you've taken on and how you've persevered. You're well on the way to achieving your goals, and I look forward to seeing what you accomplish and whatever I can help you with.
All right,
Thank you.
next graduate is, sorry, go ahead, Deborah. Okay, our next graduate is Diana Contreras, and she has been paired with Sarah Jimenez. And Diana and Sarah, feel free to share any experiences you had in the program so far.
I can go first. You want to go?
Go ahead, Diana.
Okay. Well, I just want to say I'm really thankful for this opportunity, for Deborah, Laura, Sarah. Me and Sarah didn't really meet a lot, but she did send me a lot of resources and presentations that were really useful to me. And I'm really glad I did this program. It taught me a lot about being prepared for resumes and interviews, and it's things that I probably would have had to learn on my own since it's not really something they teach in high school. So I'm really thankful for that. And yeah.
Thank you. Sarah?
Yeah, to Deborah and Laura, I want to say thank you for allowing me to participate in this incredible program. This is my first time participating as a mentor. To Diana, I want to say congratulations. I really enjoyed working with you. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Don't lose sight of your goals and keep working towards them. And if you need anything in the future, please feel free to reach out to me.
And you know, that's right. I forgot to mention that Sarah actually graduated from our Bioflex program not too long ago. So she graduated from our program and now she's continuing as a mentor in our program. So we are so thankful for her.
And also with another of our advisory companies, Oakcrest Institute of Science. Let's go on. And our next graduate is Daisy Guerrero, and Daisy has been paired with Alejandra Garcia Orozco, who also likes to be called Ali. And we'd love for you, if you would like, to say a couple of words. Daisy and Alan, go right ahead.
Hi, thank you for having us today. Thank you for the Bioflex program. Deborah and Laura, thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of it. I was Daisy Guerrero was my mentee, and she's a senior in high school. And we emailed back and forth, and I got to know her very well. She recently got accepted to 2 universities where we're super excited, and we're waiting for more to come. She wants to go into nursing, and we agreed that we will continue working together in resumes, scholarships, and any advice she needs into college. This year has been very interesting due to COVID, and having to do everything through Zoom. But I assured her that this is another obstacle that she will go through and she will be great and better. And this will help her pursue her goals and dreams. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Daisy?
I want to thank you for the opportunity to be part of this program. And I want to thank Laura, Deborah, and Alejandro. I learned a lot, especially skills needed in the workplace. I also appreciate the guest speakers we had throughout our time in the program to learn and hear about their experiences. And I also appreciate getting the opportunity of having Alejandro as my mentor and for checking in on me and being a great mentor and helping me.
Thank you so much. Okay, and then our next graduate is Juliana Guerrero, and she has been paired with Aria Fulton, who is also one of our Bioflex graduates. She graduated, I believe it was last year from the program, and she continued on to college. And Juliana, Aria, feel free to unmute yourselves and say something.
Hi, I just want to congratulate Juliana on graduating from Bioflex. I know how much it's helped me. I'm so proud of her. She has also gotten to a lot of colleges and schools, so hopefully she can share which ones those were. And she's going into nursing, and she really has her head on straight. And I feel like she's way ahead than I ever was last year. And so I'm so proud of her, and this program has helped me so much. I'm a freshman in college in biology at LMU, and I'm just so proud of all the students who are going through this, especially now. It's so different and they've been through a lot of challenges, but they have all succeeded. And so I'm just proud of everyone on this call.
Juliana, would you like to share anything?
Juliana, would you like to say anything?
Yes, I am thankful for the opportunity that I had with the Bioflex program. I learned so much and I will take what I learned and use it in the future. Also, having a mentor was a great help to be able to connect with someone and talk to them. I want to thank Arya for being my mentor and giving me advice and helping me.
Thank you, Juliana. And thank you, Aria. Our next team is Morgan Apollonio, who also another senior, who has been paired with Dr. Alvin Smith, who's taught me a lot. Would both of you like to unmute and say something?
Yeah, I just want to thank you guys for having this wonderful opportunity, and it's given me like so much background into the biological field and what I want to do in the future, especially working with Dr. Smith, who's been able to introduce me to like the different aspects of working with environmental science and the different things I can do with my future degree. So thank you for that.
Great. Alvin?
Absolutely. Can you hear me?
I love the background.
I'm over here having a party for Morgan. This is great. So happy that she's graduated from this program, but really getting ready to graduate and step into a new chapter in her life. I'm super excited for her. She has blown me away. Super smart, super bright. The future is definitely bright for her as she goes on to really save the world here in environmental science. So I can't wait to hear great things from her, and I will continue to be her friend and mentor and help her through. So thank you for the opportunity, Deborah, and everyone.
Thank you.
So our next pair is Ozarim, who goes by the name Jasmine Ogabor, and she has been paired with Victoria or Tori Walling, and her company is also located at one of our advisory board committee board locations at Pasadena Bio Collaborative Incubator. So Jasmine, Tori, feel free to unmute yourselves and share a little bit about the program.
So first things, I would like to thank you all for this opportunity and allowing me to be in this program. And I would also like Tori for her mentoring. She's taught me so much and helped me with internships and my resume. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Tori, would you like to say anything?
I just wanted to say I had an amazing time with this internship. Jasmine is an amazing lady. She is so dedicated and very driven in what she's doing. And I have no doubt that she's going to be extremely successful moving forward. Yeah.
Thank you, Tori. All right, our next pairing is Aisha Flores, and Aisha was paired with Tina Chang, also from Bacum. And unfortunately, Tina can't be with us, but Aisha, would you like to unmute and say something?
I wanted to thank Laura and Deborah for being great program coordinators and for also always helping us whenever we needed help with anything and also for any of the questions we ever had. And I also want to say that I'm very grateful and fortunate to have been a part of this program because was it really was amazing to be able to experience the benefits of the program as it truly exposed me to different career choices and also helped me with real life situations. And as for my mentor, although she's not here, I really love that I got paired up with her because she is so much like me. So I feel very comfortable with her.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Our next graduate is Dynastaisha Robinson Parish, and she has been linked with Stephanie Reeves. Dynastaisha and Stephanie, if you would like to unmute yourselves and share a little bit about the program. Oh, and Dynastaisha, sorry, she goes by the name D. Let me see.
Okay, I'll start. I wanted to say it was such a thank you everyone who put together Bioflex. I feel like it was a great, it is a great program. It makes me proud to see, it's kind of bouncing off what Travis said earlier, this group of students interested in D goes. She's already getting college acceptance letters and also waiting for more. So it's very exciting. I'm super proud of you. We've only gotten a few sessions in. I don't feel like it's over by any means. We have one coming up next week. And I just feel like I'll be here for you to network, to stay connected with you, however long you feel you need me. So congratulations and thank you everyone for being here on this call. And also I just wanted to give a shout out. This is really random, but I saw a Long Beach Jordan graduate. I'm a graduate of Long Beach Jordan, so it makes me really, really happy to see that. So congratulations to you and everyone else, all the mentees on this call. You guys are really awesome. Keep going.
Thank you. Dee, would you like to say anything?
Yes, first I would like to thank Ms. Halston for even introducing this program to all of the BCA Academy at Lawndale High School. I think it's helped all of us understand anything in biotech and bioscience a lot further than what we learn in the classroom. I also want to thank Ms. Shepard and Ms. Bishop for being very patient with me in the application process because I did have a lot of issues, but they have an amazing application process and they were very helpful to me and let me come into the office for all sorts of things. So thank you so much for that. The courses that I took were very similar to things that I had learned, but they helped me freshen the things that I had learned in class and also taught me a lot of new things. And it felt very energizing to learn things that people in the actual firms themselves were learning. And this program is really amazing, and I'd refer it to all of the freshmen that I mentor for in Lawndale for Lane Crew. So thank you so much.
Thank you. On behalf of everyone here, number one, I would like to thank the staff at the South Bay Workforce Board for all the support that you have given both Laura and me, and especially to Laura. Our guest speakers, I know I'm really pleased that Daisy mentioned our guest speakers. Many of them are here today with us to hear about their folks that they spoke with. We had a tremendous participation by professional people, by people in education, by people in the biosciences. I would have to thank my mentor for all of this, Dave Wheelam for Bioscience LA, who helped me so much get through to the right people and make this happen for our students. I'd like to acknowledge our seniors who are either already accepted to college or will be accepted. And I'd like to mention that our mentors actually went through a workshop together, just mentor to mentor. so that since this is a new program, we wanted to make sure we understood what was happening so far. And some of the things that came up were that this resume help is very important, but that we really need to respond to a lot of the scholarship needs and their questions and helping them out. So we are in the process of looking at how we can put together a program that will help particularly our juniors and sophomores. You know, it's if we can help the seniors, great, but it's getting late on that aspect. But our mentors have put together some suggestions. We've actually made a summary and put it back out to the mentors to share with their mentees, and then we will work from there. Parents that are on, teachers that are on, counselors that are on with us today, thank you for your support. And if anybody has anything that they would like to add at this point, please feel free to unmute yourself and to say so. We'll stay on for another couple of minutes if anybody would like to say anything. The chat has been terrific. Thank you for all the input into the chat, and we'll open the floor up to anybody. And if you'd like, you can put yourselves on gallery view so you can see everybody. Is there anyone who would like to say anything? No?
Yes, no, Deborah, I would. I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
And my camera's not working. This is Abba.
Yourself. Please identify.
This is Abba and Gissa from Inglewood Teachers Association. I just wanted to say thank you all very much for giving our students the opportunity to do this. We really, really appreciate it. They've learned so much, and we can't wait for them to continue in new group to join. And this is amazing. We really appreciate the work you're doing with our students in Inglewood, and we want to grow this. So thank you.
Thank you. And please, if you want to speak, just identify yourself.
Hi, Deborah. This is Chander. I really want to commend Bioflex, the entire program. The efforts you have made and the results are in front of us. It's just amazing. Each and every student had a story, and each and every mentor did an amazing job, all because of you. So kudos to Bioflex. Yep. I really, really wish there was a program like this when I was growing up. But now what you're doing, we will reap the fruit of that in future. Our future is very secure. Thanks for your contribution.
And Chacha, why don't you identify who you're with? Tell us who you're with.
I am with LA Mission College. I'm a biotech faculty, and I'm proud to be a very, very tiny part of Bioflex by holding a workshop for resume and interviews. So I appreciate that opportunity, look forward to many more chances to work with these youngsters, and they're building our future. And kudos again to Bioflex program. Congratulations, Deborah. Job well done by the entire team. Wonderful job.
Anyone else?
Yes. Good afternoon. Michael Brink here from Bachem Americas. I just wanted to congratulate everyone again. I'm glad to see the active participation, and echoing what the last speaker just said, a big shout out and thank you to the South Bay Web for organizing this and all the hard work that's put into it. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael.
Hey, Deb, this is Israel. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Just want to say congratulations to all the graduates. It's not a typical year, so kudos to you guys for overcoming all the challenges with COVID and for persevering through all of all this environment that you guys have had to go through. And congratulations to those that are moving on to college. And I just want to shout out to the South Bay Web, Laura, Deborah, Chris Cagle, everyone. And congratulations to everybody, you guys.
Thank you, Israel.
Deborah, this is Erica Harbison. I'm the coordinator of Biomedical Careers Academy at Lawndale High School. And I just wanted to give a shout out to all our BCA kids for going through this program. You're amazing, as we know. And thank you to the mentors who worked with our students. Clearly, there were some really important, solid connections made, and we really appreciate all the work you put in with our students. And thank you to this program for letting us come on board. It was really amazing. And again, shout out to all the BCA kids who completed and graduated. We're so proud of you.
Thank you, Erica. Anyone else? No? Oops. Is that somebody connecting? Well, let me just conclude. And again, thank you, everyone. We appreciate your comments. We appreciate your being here today. We had 71 people participate today. So it's blown my mind, and I'm sure others. And students, you did a phenomenal job. You did not have time to prepare for today in sense of knowing that you would be asked to speak. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who's very impressed with you. So have a great rest of the day, and thank you. And we'll see you at the next Bioflex or Aeroflex graduation.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.